Hey, what's up, guys? We're back again to be the bearer of bad news. I gotta be brutally honest with you guys. If you're playing a Mega Knight deck and it's not this one, it's probably trash. After the massive Mega Knight nerf, it just does not pack a huge punch. After Electro Giant bursted its way onto the battlefield in almost everyone's deck, there's only one Mega Knight deck played at the top of ladder. EGW and another top 200 player have played this Mega Knight deck to great success. The Mega Knight and Bomber splash damage give you a ton of value, so you can open up opportunities for your Mini Pekka and Inferno Dragon to lock onto towers where you can lock up the game with a freeze. Also, using bats with your Hog Rider makes sure that your opponents have to tornado it, so then they have nothing for the Inferno Dragon so it can pop off on defense. When you get to build up a massive push with your Mega Knight, Mini Pekka, Hog Rider, and Freeze, there's not much that can stop this deck, especially when you get your Inferno Dragon off to the side, primed and ready to lock onto your opponent's towers. There's only one Mega Knight deck that professional players are playing, and this is it. So let's go jump straight to some games with the best Mega Knight deck in Clash Royale. A huge thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Thanks to Bloodline Heroes Oliphius for sponsoring today's video. Bloodline is incredible. With realistic 3D graphics, you're not only going to collect champions, but you're going to build kingdoms and create half-blood heirs of your houses by merging powers of various bloodlines, mixing together the powers of orcs, elves, lycans, and even demons. There's essentially endless customization. Bloodline is a strategic card-based RPG. There's something to do for every type of player. You can focus on collecting the variety of legendary champions. You can pass on your powers and raise your heirs and true companions from a vast fantasy world. And you can choose and build your own path to make your house stronger by merging bloodlines. I personally love building and managing my own kingdom and economy. Now let's take a look at some of my favorite champions. Karg the Dragonborn is absolutely epic. He's got a dragon transformation skill, Dragon Descent. You can get a 4-star Karan and Karg Companion just for free by logging in. And you have to try out the Werewolf Lycanus. The Demigod Companion Fulgur hits hard. You can switch genders of the companions freely, and you can level yourself up to unlock more companions for free. The higher the intimacy, the more powerful the offspring. And take a look at this half-blood heir too. This is what I'm talking about from customization standpoint. The Dragonborn and the Demigods merging together to create this beast. You can create really strong stuff by marrying champions. Download using the link in the description of the video, and be sure to use my gift code to redeem over $20 worth of rewards. 1 champion token, 100,000 gold, and 100 diamonds. I'm gonna first cycle my bats in the back and build up a Hog Rider push, because if I go in for Hog Rider plus bats, then you're not easily able to activate King Tower because you're gonna take a ton of damage from the bats. Also, this freeze is about to be magical. One of the bats is alive, and it is eating the tower. No way, dude. Oh my gosh, what a great start for us. Because even though you're able to go for a Pekka here, you're not able to reset the Pekka because you just use a zap on the bats. Ooh, wait, the Pekka hit it? Seriously? That's crazy. With her last dying breath, she just had to, you know, hurt me there. I would have had a perfect defense. If the Pekka hadn't hit the bomber, the Inferno Dragon would have been able to melt the Dark Prince, and the Dark Prince wouldn't have charged on me. But it is what it is. It be how it be. I don't need a zap because the bandit's not going to give him any value. And it's cool that we're playing against a Pekka. First game out here. And we're going to see what it develops into. If you play against a Pekka player and they play really aggressive and single elixir, you should be able to shut most of it down with the surprise Inferno Dragon. But in double elixir, when the game starts to escalate, you can't necessarily do that. Notice how I'm not freezing because he'll probably go for an Electro Wizard and make this game very uncomfortable for me if that happens. Yo! No way! He wasn't expecting Mega Knight. That's the best thing about this is people do not expect Mega Knight with Hog Rider. He stockpiled 17 worth of elixir at the river to give me the best present that he could ever deliver me. This is immeasurable happiness. Maybe I can melt this with an Inferno Dragon and then freeze, but I think it's just better for us to fight on our side of the map, especially when we know, hey, this guy is likely going to go and spam more stuff. So I can surprise him again with a Mini Pekka plus freeze. So this is going to be pretty fun. So I'm just going to wait last possible second and make sure that he zaps. Yes, let's go. I made him waste the zap too. That's beautiful. Now without a Pekka, without a zap, how is he supposed to deal with this? What are you going to do? Because I think that the Dark Prince dies. The Dark Prince should die now. It's going to get 2-tapped by the Mini Pekka if I zap, right? Or is it not 2-tapped? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Legitness.
Oh, that was so satisfying. I killed his everything. I killed his tower. I killed that too. Oh my goodness. And we get him to Royal Ghost randomly at the river with 45 seconds remaining. This guy is about to go all in. He's going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm wondering if I fight on his side with our Inferno Dragon or if I just stockpile up a lot of stuff. I think it's better for me to stockpile up a lot of stuff and fight on our side of the map. Probably should have cycled the Inferno Dragon first instead of cycling the mini pekka. Yeah, that was a bad play, cycling that mini pekka. It's going to get just sent out into the Shadow Realm. Maybe we're able to Mega Knight on this again. We'll have to wait and see. Oh my gosh. Mini pekka is absolutely nutty. It is such an unfair card right now. Holy, that did damage. That is crazy that it put in that much work. And with 10 seconds remaining, all I have to do is hold the door, and I've got Zap, so that's not happening, bro. You're not breaking through me. I'm sorry to break your chances of winning this game, but that's how it has to go. GG, well played and peace out. If I could have done that anything differently, I would have cycled the Inferno Dragon in the back, so I didn't expedite my mini pekka into his death that fast. But other than that, that game was super clean. All right, we got a game against someone from the Eerie Space. So we're going to see what this guy's got. Definitely going to sauce out a good luck and figure out what he's doing before I go in for a Mega Knight. Can't cycle that at the start, otherwise you're just going to lose the game because your opponent will spam you to the other side and you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Okay, so playing against E-Giant, the way that I want to play this is I want to go for Hog Rider plus Bats and get a Tornado so I can counter it with an Inferno Dragon. If that can work out in our favor, I'd be very, very happy. Let's go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. So now, Inferno Dragon is going to be able to counter the E-Giant for the first time in its life. It's a beautiful sight to see. Oh, no, I kind of forgot about that. I repent for my sins. Well, we did 1,000,000 damage from the right-hand side, so I don't really know how that worked out so well for us, but I'll take that trade. We're able to counter the E-Giant with the mini pekka because, you know, I'm actually able to afford that instead of just running Prince. And, ooh, do I want to go for Bats plus a Mega Knight here? I think that's going to be our best bet because I'll be able to get counter push with the Mega Knight, and if he goes in for a Goblin Cage in the middle, the Bats just wreak havoc on his tower. So I'm hoping that's what happens. Come on, bro. Give me the damage. Look at the Bats. I can freeze here too. No way. The dirty E-Giant player is getting out dirtied. There's no way. Oh, no, dude. I can't defend that. I can't defend that. I repent for my sins, part 7. If I go Inferno Dragon, it's just going to get melted by a Tornado. So I'd rather go Bomber instead and then get him to Tornado that and then go in for a mini pekka maybe. Or maybe I don't. Yeah, it's probably better for me to go Inferno Dragon and then go in for a mini pekka afterward. Oh, my gosh. I didn't think he would do that 2 times in a row. What's wrong with this wild child? I will 110% take that tower now, right? I've got Inferno Dragon counter pushing. You don't have Tornado. This should do enough damage if I zap. That should be enough. That should be enough. Just a little bit of love. And now we're able to melt the Bandit too. Because if his tower stayed alive, my Inferno Dragon would die. So I was like, if I take the tower, I think it will be a worthwhile investment in the future. And we built the house of defense, hopefully. I hope. I don't know. I've got a pretty stellar amount of elixir here. But here's the scary thing. Golden Knight, that is an undefendable card. No matter where I look, that thing is scary. I'm going to go in for an Inferno Dragon so I don't get 3 crown, hopefully. And then I'm going to go in for a Hog Rider here just to keep up the aggression so then he has to Tornado this and then doesn't have elixir for the Hog. Wait, I'm going to freeze. Wait, the Hog Rider is still alive? No way. This is vibes. This is great. I'm doing so much damage right now. Emotional damage. Hopefully, because E-Giant is toxic. It deserves emotional damage. I'm going to go in for a Bomber here and then follow up with Bats. Yo, please let me win this. If I can win this deck, most Mega Knight decks get hard countered every single time, but since I've got Mini Pekka and Inferno Dragon, I have 2 sublime answers to the E-Giant. So even if he has Mirror Tornado or Mirror E-Giant, we had just enough sauce to stir things up and be able to win against a matchup that you would almost always lose versus. So jumping into this one, I cycle my Bomber in the back because this guy decided not to cycle anything for a long time. And I don't want to get to double or triple elixir and find out that my opponent's got a graveyard deck. Oh, arrows and zap. What are you playing, Giant Graveyard? What is this? I think I have to freeze. I feel like I'm obligated to. The 1 HP Hog Rider. Let's go. It's hammer time, baby. That's a lot of damage. I'll take that trade because we were up enough elixir to justify doing that. And then I can Bomber in the other side to go and pull the Leap Barbarians as far as possible. I don't know if he's going to drop a small spell, so I want to go for Bats later. Sometimes they go in for zaps or they go in for something on top of your Bomber and you're just like, you know, if my Bats also get hit by that, I would not be able to emotionally or financially recover with my elixir. Okay. That's fine. If you want a Golem here, you got Skeleton Army. I can Hog Rider on the other side and then try to melt everything really quickly with a high Inferno Dragon before you're able to support that. That's what I'm going for. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. These Bats are going to be a huge pain in the butt. I think my best bet, do that right now and just hope he doesn't have Zap back. Yep, he's going to zap me. Of course. Of course. All right. We might be able to melt everything still, so we'll see how well this goes for us. I'm going to try to get Bats down. If we can kill everything with a freeze, that will also be pretty nice. Yeah, I think I got to go Bats off to the side so then his Bats go into mine. Do my Bats win? Do my Bats win? It doesn't look like it, dudes. Oh my goodness, my bats are bad. No, this is terrifyingly terrible. If I go in for a Mega Knight here, that would be horrible. So I'm going to Hog Rider and pull this back. I don't know how much I can pull them back. This is not going well. This is just looking bad all around, dudes. I have 500 HP on my tower. Is there any way for me to come back here? Or have I just kind of dug myself into a hole that's irredeemable? Man, I want to like Inferno Dragon here on the left-hand side and try to 3-crown him. That's literally the only pathway to success that I see. Otherwise, I'm going to take a gigantic Colossal L. I hope he goes in for a Night Witch here instead of trying to defend this. Oh, yes. Yes. There's maybe a way. I'm hoping that there's a way for us to win this. I want to 3-crown you first, brother. That's my goal. I'm going to freeze this. Okay, it looks like that's not working out as well as we wanted. Come on, Inferno Dragon. Melt the Mega Minion. I'm just all in and praying at this point. Let's go. Come on now. Spam until you're successful. Okay, the mini pack is putting in work. If I zap and I cycle back to a freeze, maybe there's a universe that will bless me. No, it was so close. That was insanely close at the end. If only the Inferno Dragon stayed alive at 0 HP because the freeze was coming down, I would have actually won that then. GG and well played to our opponent. We'll bounce on the next one. All right, we got a game against Alvaro. I wonder if he's a fan of the Spanish Alvaro. We're going to sauce out a good luck and see what this guy's got in store for me. Definitely do not want to make any bold assertions with my elixir. So I'm just going to cycle my Hog Rider since it's 4 elixir instead of dropping a 7 elixir investment with a Mega Knight. And I don't want to zap that. I don't want to spend any elixir because I'm not going to be able to break through regardless. But rather Bomber in the back. If you go in for Royal Hogs on the left-hand side because you're like, oh, one of the best answers, the Bomber is out of cycle, and then you just get shut down, that'd be hilarious. Unfortunately, I think it might be an Expo deck after we see Tesla, Skeletons, and this type of card cycle. So what I'm probably going to do here is Inferno Dragon, melt the Valkyrie, get him in an uncomfortable card cycle, and then Gallivant through with a Mega Knight on top of the Archer Queen and hopefully win the game after this counter push. That's what we want. So I'm going to eat the damage from the Expo locking on right now just because I think I need to, and then I'm going to bank on this counter push winning us the game. That's what we're going for. The Mega Knight's going to jump onto everything. He loses it, and now he has no elixir. Sometimes you got to eat damage to deal damage, and you guys already know we're going to deal a lot of damage right now. This is beautiful. The fact that we're able to go in for a zap here as well to shut down the Skeletons and keep the Mega Knight alive a little bit longer. We're currently in the damage lead by an existential amount. This is ridiculous. My goodness. So I learned that strategy from playing Sparky. A lot of times when your opponent feels like they're going to get value with the Expo and they over defend and they spam a lot of stuff into you, your Sparky will be able to shut it down if the Expo doesn't connect to the Sparky. And then also in this situation, making sure that I would get more value with my Mega Knight jumping onto his stuff and then also jumping on top of the invisible Archer Queen because of the splash damage of the Mega Knight jump worked out so well. Okay, so he's going to go in for an Electro Spirit. I think I can go in for a freeze just to guarantee that we're able to kill the Expo and then maybe do some extra damage to the Archer Queen as well. I didn't want the Expo to stay alive. I was really scared of that because obviously he's going to go in for Skeletons or a Valkyrie here. I think he goes Skeletons last second or maybe...
Not so fast!
Okay, no, he Valkyries last second. That was interesting. I could have zapped that and killed it. But I'm going to go in for bats. I'm going to go in for a Hog Rider. And after the Tesla is baited out by the Mega Knight, we should be able to walk away with a win with this Hog Rider right now. So it's a great strategy to be able to kill their Tesla and then just rush through with your Hog and guarantee the win. So I'm going to freeze, take that tower, and secure a juicy bag. The best thing is about the freeze is when your opponent goes in for a Valkyrie or mini pack or whatever ground card that they have to kill your bats and kill all of your Hog Rider. The bats will be able to clean up all of the remaining cards that your opponent's counter pushing with. And look at the Valkyrie barely at any HP. So this guy 110% lost the game. Looks like we made this Expo player rage quit, and I don't blame him leaving. This is not a matchup that he wants to play against. You guys already know the deal by now with this deck. We want our opponent to cycle stuff into Mega Knight, but if that's not going to happen, I got to rush through with the Hog Rider. And just, you know, suffice to say that that's going to be our best play. Okay, I could freeze on this. I think it's worth it. If the Hog Rider stays alive, no way. Dudes, look at the value. I'm going to zap on the Bomber and it doesn't kill, but doesn't give him any counter push because the bats are going to finish it off. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Clutch plays for days with freeze. It's one of those cards that allows you to be absurdly aggressive on offense. And it's a bit risky because if your opponent has Elixir Collector, you're automatically going to lose the game. There's no doubt about it. Like, you're never going to come back and win those. Against E-Giant, as we showed you guys earlier, it is a winnable matchup. It is going to be tough. But this is where freeze shines through. When you get that amount of damage at the start and your opponent's trying to defend with units that die to bats, they don't get counter push at all because the freeze comes down and it shreds everything that they're hoping for. Also, he's going to go click the ability and he's going to get bounced back and he's not going to get much value. Oh, he waited. He wasn't a fool. That's unfortunate. So I think I can go for a Hog Rider here on the other side because we're going to be up so much elixir. Maybe it's worth it, you know, doing the dual lane aggression, not necessarily always going behind the Mega Knight. Ooh, he's going to have Tornado. I thought this game was going to be easy, but it's anything but now. So well played to our opponent. I think I have to get fired up on defense. So I'm going to Inferno Dragon the right-hand side, and I'm going to try to circumvent that Goblin Cage, because since he's going to have Goblin Cage and Tornado, since I got all that damage early on, I kind of needed that. And we'll see how we can make this work in double elixir. In double elixir, this is the type of matchup that gets really scary, because he also has Archer Queen as well. I don't know what his win condition is. I think it's going to be Graveyard. I might be able to freeze here. I was thinking about it, and I thought he would drop something, so I didn't... I mean, it was just too obvious of a freeze. Oh, it's Electro Giant again. Okay, we have to go in for a freeze. And then I got to go in for a Mega Knight. Otherwise, the Bomber's just going to die with no value whatsoever. Since I cycled my mini pack on the other side, I didn't expect this to be Electro Giant. And yeah, here we are now, living in an Electro Giant world. Okay, I'm going to go in for Inferno Dragon here. And then I'm going to go in for Bats. And I think I have to zap on this as well just to kill the Dark Prince. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Definitely not going to be an easy circumstance. I can break through with the Inferno Dragon. That's what we're going to go for, to be honest. We need to be able to find our way through and potentially freeze if this guy is in a troublesome and problematic position. Maybe I can Hog Rider when he's at a limited amount of elixir as well. That's also a stark possibility. Or I can just stack up Inferno Dragons because he only has Electro Giant to kill that. Assume he doesn't have the right card cycle. What happens then when the Inferno Dragon's on you? What you going to do? Okay, I can probably freeze this, right? If I freeze and then the Hog Rider gives us a hit, that would be worth it. That's also a very aggressive play. We got a Tornado out of him. We got a Goblin Cage. He's 100% going to go in for a Electro Giant. So I got to go for Inferno Dragon off to the side. Or do I want a Mega Knight? I think Mega Knight is simply a bit better. And then I'm going to go for a high Bomber that he's not going to Lightning. See how well this works for us. Okay, so the Bomber's staying alive. I have to Hog Rider very aggressively here. This is definitely a difficult position to be in. But if he's at a limited amount of elixir, maybe we can make this work. He's going to Tornado that last second. Smart play. But I can mini pack on offense when he's at a limited amount of... Oh, he missed it! Wait! Mini Pekka, put in the work. Put in the work. I know you can. I believe in you, boy. You my homie. All right, I'm going to go Bomber. I'm going to go for a Hog Rider because he's at a limited amount of elixir. I don't think the Inferno Dragon is going to put in enough damage, but maybe we can freeze here on top of the... Archer Queen is in the bad spot. Dude, we got this. I think we got him. One more Hog Rider hit, please. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. So if you keep up the aggression when your opponent's in a clunky and bad card cycle, you can still win, even if your opponent's going to have Tornado and a Goblin Cage for your Hog Rider. Super scary situation, but freeze comes up clutch. And I gotta be honest with you guys, if I went same side the entire game, if I didn't have all that damage, I would have lost. So I would have definitely went opposite lane if I hadn't gotten 2,300 damage in the first minute of the game. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.